right? You know?
A veteran of what?
Radio.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes. It's great to be here.
Yeah, I'm glad you're here. Thanks.
Thank you.
Team JS, I love it. Yeah, this is exciting. It's gonna be. This is an amazing day. It's so great, and it's real pretty outside too. So
Yes.
just goes along with everything that's happening. I am speaking for all you Westminster parents. I'm going to be speaking on Tuesday, April 10th at 8 a.m. to all the parents, and I'm going to be talking about changing your mind and positively influencing your children. And also on April 12th next week, I am going to be speaking at Regis College. I'm actually going to be broadcasting from there. And then I'm going to be speaking for about 75 minutes on Find Your Bliss and Follow It. So, and today in the studio, calling in is comedian, New Jersey boy, Mike Marino, and he's going around the country making America Italian again.
Have an Italian president from New Jersey running the country now. Hey, Mike Marino, think about it. We had an Italian president running the country right now. This war in Afghanistan be over. You wouldn't know how, but it'd be over. How'd you win the war, Mr. President? He'd be like, don't worry about it. Prices at 32 cents a gallon now, okay? That's all taken care of. Think about it. When Bin Laden first made us mad, what did our president do? He sent over the Army, the Navy, the Marine Corps. Everybody went to find one guy. An Italian president? No. 2 Italians from Jersey be back in 24 hours. They'd have found Bin Laden. They'd have walked right into his cave like it was a hit. Osama! How you doing? Pull up a rock. I want to talk to you about something. I'm already upset with you. I had to get up early. You know how far you live from New Jersey? Tell you what, sit still. Here's what we're going to do for you, Ben. Hey, Vinny, hit him with the bat. Good. War's over. Steal the rugs. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, I'm going to steal the rugs. You got to steal the rugs. I love that. So, I just wanted to give you a little, if you don't know Mike Marino, that's a little bit, he does a skit where he's actually very light-skinned and blue eyes, and he goes, I know I'm Italian, and you know I'm Italian because I still live in my mother's basement. So, yeah, so he's very funny. So he's going to be calling in at about 11:15, and we're gonna chat with him and find out why I know why America should be Italian again.
Why is that?
Well, first, the number one reason is the food.
Oh, of course.
But there's some other really good reasons. People are loyal. They're loyal to their family. You never tell anybody outside the family what you're thinking. Right? Again.
True.
Right?
Yeah.
I can make you an offer you can't refuse. Right? No, and here's the other thing. There's a real respect for authority.
True.
And there's no respect for authority. Even if you don't like the person, you would respect the position.
That's right. And you know people.
Yeah.
You got guys. I got a guy for this, I got a guy for that. You know.
Oh, yeah.
You got guys.
Because there's always somebody in your back pocket.
That's right. You got guys.
Really, America should be Italian again. There's some really good things about being Italian. And there's two, I talked Ray, my friend Ray Giudice, and we agree that there's two kinds of people in the world. Italians and those who want to be Italian. Hey, I'm just saying, okay? But that's just, you know what, we do know how to enjoy life.
Absolutely.
And that's really been such a positive thing for me, is because, it's not been an easy journey to this feeling groovy, but understanding what it means for me to really enjoy life comes from, or stems from, or has evolved from all the great holidays and the parties and being together with my family, and what that feeling, being at weddings with my family, and how that feels for me, and that kind of catapults me into a feel-good state, because I know what floats my boat.
Yeah, and sometimes there's no bigger support system than family.
Absolutely. So what did you do this weekend? Anything fun?
What did I do this weekend? What did I do this weekend? I always have fun, but I didn't do anything outstanding, but I didn't do anything horrible either. I was a good boy.
Well, I don't know if
I know, it's kind of sad,
is
right?
that fun?
It
I
can
don't
be,
know.
it can be.
No.
Depends on who you ask.
Well, I went to Davio's last Thursday. I had Nisa Green in here last week, and she was the hostess of the Celeb Happy Hour at Davio's last week. And so my mom and I went over there, and Steve DiFilippo was there from the owner of Davio's, and who's a Boston boy himself, you know. The Linfield factor was in the house. He's from Linfield, which is just north of Boston. But anyway, it's a little nice. It's a very nice town. I'm just saying, it's a lot nicer than where but still lovely.
Yeah.
All lovely. But anyway, we did that, and that was a lot of fun. And then Friday, John Seifert had his spring fling at Whiskey Mistress. So I hadn't been in so long, so I actually went out and did that thing, and it was really fun. I was home early, but I think the last one was a doozy. So I went home early. Yeah.
Yes.
But it was fun though. It was great to see everybody and say
No
hi and all of that, and see Billy Allen and all the peeps over there, and that was a lot of fun. And then I headed home, and then it was Easter. Did you have a nice Easter?
I did. Very quiet, which was nice. And
Right.
How was yours?
I spent from Saturday till Sunday night feeding 3 hungry boys.
Oh,
No, it was nonstop.
so you're broke.
Well, I was
Just from
tired.
food
I was just
costs.
tired.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it was like, you know, Mikey gets up from a nap on Easter. He's like, "Where's my food?" I said, "Where's the appetizers?" He wanted my, you know, the whole thing. I had to do that whole thing.
What is it, buffet over there? I mean,
Well, it was
what?
just nonstop. Well, the funny thing was, they went to their dad's on Sunday morning. They were going to have brunch with him, and so they left. I said, "Oh, I'm going to go walk Chastain Park. It's such a lovely day." And I came back thinking I had time to shower and sort of have a glass of wine and get started cooking. They were home before I said, "What are you doing?" They were like, "Well, we want to have food." You know, I said, "Oh my God." It was just crazy. So that my mom and I we just had like the little waitress outfits on all day.
So like you talking about Second Lifers, they were second brunchers.
Oh, nonstop.
Yeah.
They were hilarious. They were, it was a lot of fun. So, they were just great, and this is what they did. They, was it Saturday? I think it was Saturday I had them coloring Easter eggs. Now, my kids are 23, 19, and 13. They want to color Easter eggs. So they came downstairs. They ate pizzagana, which is very rustic Italian. If you know, it's very filling. But it's the most delicious thing you'll eat. It's like regatta with cold cuts in it and in a pie crust.
Okay.
So, and everybody from Boston was posting their pictures with their pizzagana on Saturday too. Like everyone does. It's very traditional. So anyway, and I'm sure Mike Marino had pizzagana because I think he mentioned it on social media. But my kids came down, ate like an entire pizzagana, colored Easter eggs, beat each other up, and then went outside and played basketball. And then repeat.
Yeah.
You know, except for the coloring. The Easter eggs were all done. It was like nuts. I'm like, that's what they did. They just, you know.
Now for us Southern boys, pizza, what are you saying?
Pizzagana, I think it's spelled G-E-I-N-A. So all you Italians in Boston, tell me if I'm wrong. People say it differently. It's very heavy.
Okay.
But
Deep dish?
It's
thing? Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
With the double pie, like it's in a pie crust,
okay.
top and bottom and the sides, and it's stuffed with regatta, with different kinds with fresh cheese.
Okay.
And grated cheese, and then there's chunks of gabagola, which is, you would say capicola, gabagola, pepperoni, salami, prosciutto, if you do the prosciutto, and you know, whatever, you know, all that different stuff. My mom doesn't do prosciutto, but she does a couple of other things like that, and it's baked.
Are there restaurants here in the city that
No.
do that? Then
No.
that's another just stuff umbrella here.
Yeah, no, you
No?
can't. You can never find it here.
Why not?
You just can't. They don't do it here. They don't make
Because no one knows
pizzagana.
about it?
They don't know how to make pizzagana here. Nobody does.
I think there's enough Bostonians down here now that could make that happen.
Well, they're probably Irish, but you know,
Yeah.
that's okay. You know, they. But I'm sure that they don't make pizzagana down here. I mean,
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe there is. If there's somebody out here from Atlanta that makes pizzagana or has a place, Why isn't Steak Shapiro? Why don't you find Steak Shapiro? Why don't you find Pizzagana and let me know?
That's
Right?
That's
There's
right.
a challenge. Hashtag Pizzagana. So anyway, I don't know. I mean, I just don't think they do it now. I know in New York they have it, and Boston
Sure.
and all the. I'm sure Philly, Chicago, I bet does it. Everybody does their own little version.
Is it considered like gourmet type pizzas, or just a good old Italian?
It's not pizza.
It's not really pizza.
It's not really
just
pizza.
It's not a calzone.
It's not a calzone.
It's Gaina, I guess.
I don't know. It's Gaina. That's
Okay.
It's just
Okay.
not.
It's the first time in my life I've ever heard that phrase, so that's why I had to look.
Did I put pictures of it on social media? I'm
You
sure I
should.
did. I usually do every year.
Okay.
So it must be up there. But anyway, I want to talk a little bit about, I've been really pushing this out there on social media. So if you have any questions for me, you can call in 603-8770. And you can call in, or you can message on Facebook or on Instagram or anywhere like that. If you know my phone number, text me. We'll figure it out. But I've been talking a lot about feeling groovy. And it's sort of an out there concept, and I try to, in my workshops and in my speaking engagements, I try to sort of take intangible concepts and make them concrete and have concrete ways of understanding it and understanding what you need to do to actually progress. Now, here's the bottom line. We have all kinds of people out there, and they're fabulous, and they all have fabulous ideas. Jay Shetty, Gary Vee, all of the great motivators out there that are, on social media, they're all over the place telling you what to do. My thought is, and I'm sort of telling you what to do, but I think you know it yourself. You have it inside of you. You have the power all along. So what I want to tell you is basically, this inside. You can do it yourself. And you just have to change your mind.
That's right.
And it sounds like, okay, what the best part of this, you don't have I'm a list person. Love my lists. I check it off. I'm very type A. However, you don't need to add anything to your list. The list will clear itself. Everything you need to do, everything that you want to do, everything that you desire will come to be if you just change your mind. And I promise you that's I know it because I've lived it. I'm living it right now. It's happening right now. Every day is an amazing day. Every day, even if something, and I've had this in the last couple, because I've been trying to sort of figure out, well, how do I deal with irritations and still be in this feeling groovy mode? And I'm going to talk about this, I believe, on Tuesday when I talk to the parents. I had a situation with my son this week, and for a Sicilian, I don't really yell. Like, I'll talk loud, but I don't yell at my kids. I just don't. But I yelled at him the other night because I just asked him to take out the dog. I said, please, just take out the dog. I don't feel good. I'm tired. I mean, it must have been like overload from the holiday. I just didn't. Physically, my body was saying, get in the bed.
Sure. And
it was early. And I fell asleep, and I woke up, and he hadn't taken the dog out. And I just yelled. And so, I think I don't know if it was Sunday night or whatever. So, Monday, he was mad with me. And I just said, listen, and this is how I changed my thought. I said, you know what, I understand. It's not fun for you. Everything should be fun and feeling groovy. And taking the dog out isn't fun and feeling groovy. But I'm your mom, and my job is to actually guide you as to what you should be doing, because otherwise, if I left you to your own vices, you would just sit there and play the video games all day long.
Yeah.
You would eat Fritos, and you wouldn't take a shower.
Oh.
He would, but I'm just sort of saying, and you wouldn't go to school. If I just said, okay, whatever, do whatever you want. So that's my job. I said, so can you please come up with a way, because we have 4 more years together, that we can actually have because we can have a good time, and I want to have a good time, and I want to enjoy your company. Can you please come up with a way that I can still do my job, and it all is fun?
Yeah.
And actually, he didn't come up with anything, but he's actually had a little change of attitude.
That's great.
Because I want it to be a good time for him.
Absolutely.
And I know that, and I thought about it today, like how could school be fun? But I think that what you have to think about is when you get a good grade, that feels good.
It does, absolutely. Helps the self-esteem, especially for an adolescent.
Right, and so I think it's the same thing in life. There's stuff that we do that we might not actually like while we're doing it or while we're dealing with it. However, the end result is blissful and feeling groovy.
Accomplishments can go a long way, especially for a 13-year-old.
Right, and even a 51-year-old.
Well, that's true.
Right?
Yes.
I mean, you feel like you feel good about it, but if you can grab that feeling of what happens after and bring it into the process, I think that's when you start to feel groovy every day.
You have such a positive mindset. Was there a time that something clicked in your head and said, I've got to change my mindset? Because is that a gradual thing for you? I know it's probably person by person, but was it a gradual thing or an epiphany type thing?
I think I've had a lot of little epiphanies. Mm-hmm. I've always had something deep inside of me that said, this doesn't feel right. I know it can be better. And I come from a place where, living with the limb difference and being, and I just had this conversation this morning about, I could never really be mean about how somebody looks. When mm-hmm. people make fun of people, how they look, sure. Because I'm on the receiving end of that and have been and probably still am. People probably watch me get out of a car and go, oh, look at her, which is stupid, but whatever.
Well, that's a them problem.
Right, it is. Oh, yeah, absolutely. But I think it's been that gradual, and this is what I want to do. I want so badly for people to be able to skip the years that I traveled to get here. So my idea is to help people get to the place where I am now or even beyond, because maybe, because I still am growing without having to deal with what I've dealt with. So that's my whole hope, because it can be. So yeah, I am positive and I am, but it's funny because I just changed my mind. I changed the way I'm thinking, and I came from that place with the limb difference and dealing with that and limitations and not being able to peel potatoes fast enough and not being able to blow dry my hair and dropping the blow dryer every day and all that stuff. I've had all that, not to mention I come from a crazy Sicilian background and I love my ethnicity. There's a lot of negativity that goes along with that. And I aligned myself in negative situations that dragged me down. And I didn't take care of me.
Yeah.
I didn't take care of me. The stuff that I'm doing now for work, I should have been doing when I was 20. I'm 21.
But you're doing it now.
But I'm doing it now, and I'm happy to do it, and I think that there's a whole process. There's that whole process. So there's a lot of that, breaking that negativity. And not to mention, and don't anybody get mad at me, I come from that Catholic thinking where you got to hang on the cross every day. And I'm not buying it anymore. Because I really believe you got to be in the Garden of Eden every day. Because that's the reason why he hung on the cross.
Yeah. So
that we can be in the Garden of Eden, tiptoeing through the tulips. So that's my thought. So I think there's I'm suffering. This is getting me to heaven. That's, and I get it. I understand that you take all things with joy and hope and all of that. But I don't really think I think we're meant to enjoy life. I think
agree.
We're meant to love and embrace it. And if we did, we would embrace and love one another and enjoy one another. And really, there is world peace.
Absolutely.
And it can be.
Amen.
It can be. Can I get an amen? Amen. Right? So I do. I believe that. And I think that, And I was thinking about, and I'm going to talk about this during the Just Stuff Rules of Dating, but I'm so grateful that there were people that walked away from my life.
Oh yeah.
As painful as it was at the time.
It's a boost to it can be a boost to the ego. Oh, but then when you think about it, it's like that's probably one of the best things. You can trim your social tree too.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh my God, yeah.
Absolutely, and sometimes for me, I have that loyalty. I'm very loyal, and I stick with people too long because I feel like I've got to be. And there have been blatant people being blatantly not nice, and I said, okay,
Yeah.
oh well, it's okay, now it's time to move on, but I think I'm doing less of that now because I don't need that. I just don't even engage.
Yeah, why?
I don't engage.
Yeah.
I don't engage. I don't give it any power. I don't give it any energy. So but it took a lot of learning. It took a lot of tears. It took a lot of heartache. And I don't want that for anybody else. I think that I think you can skip. I think you can jump over the pond. I really do.
Yes.
I think you can do it. And I think, if I could get into speak to a sorority, before they're going out in the world and just shake them and say, you can, plus, but I think so the millennials they're far more advanced that way. They take care of themselves. They're a little bit more selfish, and I think in a good way. And they do, and I'm going to change that wording. Self-care. Okay. Self-care, and because it's not the same. And we come from a generation, you and I, where people, in our church and everything, you got to be selfless, right?
That's right.
But guess what Just Steph says? Selfless is the flip side of the same coin as selfish. Because when you're selfless, you don't take care of you and you don't put on your own oxygen mask to help the next person. Selfless is as selfish because you don't have time for reflection. You don't have time for introspection. When you're selfless, you don't take the time that you need for yourself to be aligned with your purpose, to live in your gifts, and to give back to the world.
And some people don't realize that, or it's hard for them to grasp that, because it's true, exactly what you say. And it's, on the surface, that sounds selfish, to take care of me. But no, like I have 2 boys. Right. And if I'm not the best I can be, then what good am I to them? Right, absolutely. And, and that goes with any parent, that goes with any relationship, really. And that's not being selfish, I don't think. No, it's not. I'm going to tell you, here's my definition of selfish. When you withhold your gifts from the world, you have gifts and talents, you're not aligned to your true purpose, your true self, that's selfish. Because you're not giving, you can't give what you don't have. And if you're not aligned to it, and you're not in your gifts, if you're not walking in your zone, then you're being selfish. Because that's you giving to the world, is being you. The best gift you can give to anybody is be who you are. Amen. That's right. So, that's what I think about that.
Well, I think, personally, what you were talking about earlier, there's people I call Klingons. And they will cling on to you as long as you allow them to. But for you to grow and thrive, you've got to cut the Klingons free.
That's funny. They're like pilot fish to the shark, to the great white.
The remoras.
Right?
Yep.
The pilot.
Parasites.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, so, I agree with that. There are people that, somebody like me, being, sort of, living in my gifts, I'm like the Statue of Liberty, bring ye all ye forlorn and forsaken, I've done this in the past, and I'm no more, but I've had, situations and relationships where they are energy draining. Oh, yeah. Because they're just energy suckers. So there's 2 types of people in the world: givers and takers. Leaders and followers. The followers are the energy suckers. Yep. you know, and the leaders, I mean, are true leaders because they're living in their gifts. They are aligned to their true purpose. They are giving of themselves, their true self. So,
And some of those energy suckers, I don't know where they get the energy to do all of what they do. They're relentless sometimes.
they're draining.
They are.
You know, I just need to go to bed.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's my rant for today. And well, no, we're going to come back with the Just Steph rules of dating. I have more on that, so we're going to talk about that. So we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, more of me and Bill. Yay! And this one is for the birthday peeps: Moni Molina, Erin Heck, Karen Smiley, and Mara Mandel. Happy birthday, peeps! Love you. This is John. My friend John DiPiano gave me all these songs, and I'm gonna mention it when the song's over. But let's see who's here. Let's see what they're saying. Hi, Danny. Meg, that's you. Hi, Homie. Hi.
Are you watching?
Hi, Carolyn. Hi, Vince. Hi, Mindy. Hi, Carl. Hi, Polly. Hi, Steve. Hi, Frank. Hi, Sandra. Hi, Claire. Hi, Rick. Hi, Joyce. Hi, Louise. Hi, Kristen. Okay.
And Paul says, do a little stuff.
Oh, my Paul Leva. Tell him to come. You gotta come home, Paul. Come home.
So, does everybody you know have a last name with a vowel, ending in a vowel?
I know. Yeah. So.
My is silent.
Yeah.
Ending in a
So.
vowel.
Kobe.
You wouldn't be surprised. You'd be surprised how many people go for Coke. Coke. I mean, that's
Intellectual laziness.
Yeah.
I can't stand that. Drives me nuts.
Are you a grammar snob?
I am, because I was so mad today. I had a grammatical error on my post.
Oh.
I had to go back through everyone,
Oh.
and I couldn't just leave it.
No.
It wasn't that big of a deal because I knew people would breeze over it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It was just irritating.
Is it a lot or a lot? Don't even say irregardless. I'll say it.
Oh no, irregardless.
Don't say it.
I know. No, I would never say
Okay.
irregardless.
Thank God.
My grandmother said, my grandmother used to make up words. It was so funny.
That's different.
Yeah,
That's
she used,
funny.
she used to say words, she was so funny, I used to love it. My mother too said funny things.
You good? I mean, are we good?
Mm.
I mean, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's your show. I'm just chiming in when need be.
Speak up. I love it. I love it, love it, love it.
So I can give you advice from the disgruntled male side of
There
the
you
dating at my age.
Oh, here we go.
It ain't easy.
I know.
It ain't easy.
Listen, I know.
But you got someone.
It's been a while. It's been a minute. You know what I mean? It's been like,
Yeah.
been through them all. Yeah, no, oh my gosh.
No. Okay.
It's been a minute. But no, you know what? I'm actually in such a great place that all good.
Where's your
It's all
thing?
good.
Yep. What are your thoughts? That's the microphone. That's the fake microphone. Sorry, no one gets that reference here. It's the old microphone.
Oh no. No, well, we did with hairbrushes.
Yeah. Anything that looks that way,
So.
if you will.
This is John DiPiano. He's my friend. He's a lawyer. I went to high school with him.
Oh, okay.
And he's a family law attorney out of Boston. So
Okay.
where are we at? I don't know what he's saying.
You talked about product placement 2 weeks ago.
There we go.
Product placement.
Oh, hey, I got
I'm
one
so,
too.
There
see,
you
I'm
go.
gonna so monetize you. It's not even funny.
Okay, well, let's do it. Okay, with the station ID. The station ID.
Gotta have it.
Yeah.
The opinions expressed
expressed during the sponsored programs on this station are strictly those of the program hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of Beasley Broadcast Group, this station, its staff, other advertisers, or agencies.
That's an energy sucker. That's what
Oh,
that is.
was that Charlene?
Deb Bowman.
Oh, Deb Bowman. I couldn't remember who did it.
I
yes.
can't believe she did that sound. It was so
Oh,
hilarious.
she's funny. All right, so listen, we're going to talk about the unevolved partner during the Just Steph. This is the Cro-Magnon mandate.
Yeah, why did you look at me when you said
No,
that?
no, because I want your opinion. I want your opinion. This is dating advice for second lifers, and it's the Just Steph rules of dating.
Dear future husband, here's a few things you need to know if you wanna be my one and only.
All right, so I wanted to talk about this because I think for me, it's been because I am where I am emotionally, and it's very difficult to find people that you want to talk to. Like, sometimes stuff is boring. It's too boring for me, and I don't have the capacity to be shallow. I said this, I think every date that I've been on, I go, listen, I'm just telling you right now, I don't have the capacity to be shallow. I just don't, and I had a girlfriend say to me, because we were talking about all this whole dating thing, this was a couple years ago, and I don't know if I was boo-hooing about, whatever, not having Mr. Right in my life or whatever, who knows. And she said, she goes, you're intense. And I looked at her and I was like, she goes, it's not a bad thing. She goes, you just call people to be introspective. You call people to look within, and it's not easy. And, because I do it myself. And I spend a lot of time, and even, like I was saying that, I'm trying to figure out how to feel good even in times like, where it's irritating for me. I really think about what my problem is. Because the problem is not the problem is me. Because I can feel good no matter what. And even though this issue, it's me that has to change. Because these issues are out there. It's all out there. It's all, it's all going to be there. These, little gnawing pains in the bums. They're all out there. And so it happens, and so it's me that has the problem. So I have to figure out, do I deal with this differently? Do I look at it differently? Do I approach it differently? Or do I walk away? So that's kind of how you have to take the whole dating thing. You disagree?
I don't disagree. I just...
it's not easy.
It's not easy. It's
not easy.
Virtually impossible.
Well, because you want to feel good, right?
Of course.
And
That's why you date, right?
Right. You want to feel good in all ways, not just physically, but emotionally, intellectually. You want to have the partner. You want to, you want to have... I just, wanted somebody to go to the movies with, like, and be able to have a great, conversation. I mean, my favorite thing was, like, to go to the movies at Phipps and go downstairs and go to Davio's and sit at the bar and have a few drinks. Like, that, to me, is an awesome date.
But after that, okay, so after that awesome date, well, I guess it always depends on what stage of the dating process you are with that particular person.
Like, do you go home, or do you,
you
go
wrap
home
it up
alone?
there? Yeah.
Well, it depends on where you're at. I mean,
True, of course.
I think that, and here's the whole part. This is the problem. The unevolved partner will not tell you their intentions. They will not express themselves where they're at or their feelings. The evolved partner will say, hey, I'm not looking for a long-term relationship, or I am, I would like to see where this goes. The evolved partner, the unevolved partner will say things like, and I talked about this last week because I talked about somebody that I dated that told me they wanted one person, that they would make a great boyfriend for me, and all that. I said, oh, this could be nice, we'll see, let's see how this goes. I really, but he wouldn't stop dating on the dating apps.
Yeah.
And I said to him, I'm not your girl.
Is this a divorce guy?
Yeah, a couple of times.
Oh, okay.
He goes, well, I can't cancel my dates because then I'll get known out in the match world as the date canceler. And I go, well, I'm not your girl. And he goes, well, how do you know? I said, well, because you wouldn't want to go out with anybody else. Like, even for a short time to see how it goes. So an unevolved partner is not in touch with themselves. An unevolved partner doesn't understand who they are, where they're at, and they don't know how to express it.
Communication then. Communication's the key.
Well, communication, knowing yourself,
Yeah.
knowing what you want, knowing where you're going, and what you're looking for in life.
Some people aren't there.
I mean, I've had guys say, I want to get married, and I'm like going, oh, God, well, no, that's not me right now. So, I mean, I'm not going for that. Like, that could be.
Yeah.
I'm not closed off to it, but, like, don't tell me this before we're going out. You know,
Is
whatever.
that before date one?
Yes, I've had that
Holy
happen.
moly.
Or, like, guys that had, little kids that, like, looking for the mom. And I'm going, okay, no, I'm not going to another baseball game. I've had 4 kids. I've been to, no. The next diaper I change is going to be a grandbaby. That's where I'm at. That's the reality of being 51 with a 26-year-old who's getting married.
Yeah.
That's my reality. So, and I'm very clear. I wanted a boyfriend. I wanted a nice boyfriend that got me, understood me, protected me. Was a man.
But is it on your term? Do you drive the boat, if you will, in the relationship, or are you a true partnership 50-50?
Well,
does
there's
that
never
work?
50-50. It's always 100%.
Okay.
You give everything you've got,
Okay.
not to where you lose yourself.
Okay.
You never lose yourself. Never lose who you are and be who you are. And I don't want to drive the boat because I want a real man. I want an alpha
Okay.
dog.
You want-
Yeah, I want a real man who says, no, we're not doing that. Or we're going out, or would you like? But a real man will say, well, we'll do whatever you want to do.
See, there's the mixed signals that we face every day.
Well, no, you know what? But here's what a real man will do. I've had situations where, a guy will say, we're going to do whatever you want to do, but it's really what they want to do. You know what I mean? And so they know, you know what I mean? Because we know each other and we're connected.
Yes.
If you're connected, but then there's other, we all have to do things like we have to go to weddings with the other person or to their family. I went to Eddie's cousin's wedding a couple weeks ago in Boston. That was very fun, very funny. We had a great time. But, you get to meet everybody. But, they have to do stuff with you that they might not want to do. When my uncle passed away, and it was awful, and I was just really going out with Eddie maybe 4 or 5 months, he sort of sat around when everyone cried. And he did it. I know he didn't like it. It was hurtful. He was painful.
Sure.
And it wasn't his family, but he did it. He did what he had to do. He came to, all the stuff. And, and that's what you do with a partner.
Yes.
That's the reality of life. But don't dummy down.
But at what point does a guy, he takes the alpha role, but then he also wants to be courteous and considerate of you, and what would you like to do tonight? And not being he's not coming across, or he may be coming across as wishy-washy or undecisive, or indecisive rather. But at what point, that's a fine line for us men.
I think asking, here,
Help us.
I think that asking somebody what they would like to do, or where they would like to eat, or what, where they want to go tonight, is not relinquishing being an alpha male. I think that's actually being, a leader is a giver. That's actually being a man's role, I believe, is a little bit of a protector and a caregiver. I mean, a caretaker, not like a woman caretaking for the babies, with the little babies. I'm talking about, I believe that they can, it's sort of like that, being safe.
Absolutely.
It's that safe place of safety. And they're saying to you, what would you like to do? And they're sort of taking care of you in that way, taking care of your heart and your needs in that way. And I think that just being you, being who you are, you will attract the right partner.
I agree with that.
When you are true to yourself, you're evolved, you're aligned with your purpose, just like I said in the previous segment, align with your purpose, know what you want, know where you're going, know yourself, know what you like, know what you don't like, and walk in your zone.
Yeah.
Walk in your zone, and then you will be so happy and fulfilled, you will attract the right partners, the right people, and you can say, okay, yeah, this works for me. That I believe that with my whole being. You attract what's going on around you is a reflection of what's going on inside. If your life is in turmoil, that's what's going on inside. If your life is a mess, unattractive, not pretty, if there's a lot of pain, if it's, regret, fear, unforgiveness, that's what's going on inside.
And people can see it a mile away.
Totally.
Yeah.
They might not know it. But they're just going, whoa.
And if you're not in a good place, then you're not going to attract anyone.
I after one of my, I had a bad breakup a couple of years ago, and I walked into Whiskey Mistress, and Deb Bowman was singing in there, and I walked in because I was trying.
Were you trying too hard?
I was trying to go out.
Trying to get up and at them and...
Yeah,
okay,
just
okay.
get the, muster up, to go out and be social. And I walked up to her and she goes, your energy is so bad right now.
Yeah.
I go, you know what, I'm going home.
Yeah.
And I went home, because there was actually I ate something first because I was hungry. But the thing is didn't make sense for me to stay and pour this negative stuff on anybody. It's not fair to me, it's not fair to them. And so I literally had a cocktail and went home.
Yeah.
And literally she went like this. She moved backwards.
Yeah.
So I think that, that's, and I think the dates that I attracted thereafter it wasn't until I got like, okay, I don't need this, I'm just going to have fun, I'm going to do whatever, and I'm getting myself in line, then, I started, I'm starting to go out with Eddie. But, the thing is you have to be okay in your own place.
Absolutely.
You have to be okay, you have to be true to yourself and walk in your zone. Just walk in your zone, that you are the happiest.
I tell you, after my divorce many years ago, I was completely undateable. And I knew it too.
Right.
And I didn't even try. I just had to get out of my funk, and that's what you have to do.
Well, that's a smart thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Some of us are just lonely and will go out. And you just I had Groundhog Day. I would have 5 dates a week. I'd be like, every night was like Groundhog Day. I was like, so long, I'll text ya. Thanks. Thanks for dinner. Bye. Call me, all right? It's just, but, you really have to, it's so important to be evolved. Mm-hmm. Evolved is knowing yourself, understanding who you are, where you fit in this universe, what your gifts are, and living in that zone and being able to express it.
And if you're not evolving, you're dying.
Well, it's like, when you sit in a car and the car next to you moves backwards or forwards and you think you're moving. You know that feeling? That's what happens when you stand still. You really are going backwards because everybody else is moving forward. So you need to move forward and don't dummy down. Don't dummy down with a partner because it's just not going to work. It's not going to work in the long run. No. If somebody says to you, I'm not smart enough, I'm not this, I don't want a relationship, I'm not happy, believe it. That they're telling you because what comes out of the mouth is what's in the heart.
That's right. And doggone it, you're good enough. Yeah,
absolutely. Absolutely. So you need to, be evolved. You need to know who you are because, the whole dating thing, my friend Susan always says, your picker is off. Your picker, who you're picking is off because you're not right where you're at.
And in this day of social media, dating is a whole different ballgame than just even 20 years ago.
It forces you to work on your marriage, doesn't it?
Oh my gosh. So I mean, well, you know what? That's the other option. You can totally work on where you're at.
Oh, yeah.
You know, but that takes a lot. That's a whole nother show. We're going to talk about that at the next time. So, okay, so we're going to, so listen, take a risk, be vulnerable, share your heart and love always. We're taking a break, and when we come back, Mike Marino. This one is for Gail Venezia, Patrick Montgomery, and Jack Benson. Thanks for liking my Just page, and the music is all from John DiPiano.
Of them, and that was a lot of fun to hang out with them and have a bunch of Italian delicacies and dishes, and of course the pizza I gained.
See, he has the pizza gainer. I was trying to explain it a little earlier about the pizza gainer because my kids ate like 3 of them. So yeah, my mother makes that too. So yeah, I know it's unbelievable. Do you have lamb on Easter? Did you have lamb?
Did I have what?
Lamb. Because my father, the Italians like to have lamb on Easter.
You know, untraditionally, and my mother would have rolled over in her grave if she found out that we were doing this, but we went to a restaurant. Everybody kicked in $50 times 30 people, and we were at a restaurant. And I remember saying to everybody, if my mother was alive right now and we said that we were going to a restaurant, she'd look at us all and tell us all to get the heck out of town because no one goes to a restaurant down the basement, we eat what mommy cooks.
That's right. I know. It's true. I know. Things have changed a little bit. It makes everybody's looking to get, it's a little bit easier. Sometimes, I don't know, it's, especially if you don't carry on the traditions, it's kind of hard and you want to have that, especially if you go out for Italian food, you can sometimes get that. So tell me, you've got so much going on. Why do you want to make America Italian again? I talked about why I think America should be Italian. What are your reasons why America should be Italian?
Well, it stemmed from some jokes that I was doing about my life and growing up Italian and coming out of the basement and eating all these great foods and just being happy all the time. And I think that's what maybe America needs, whether it's an Italian family or just another family that grew up blue collar. Because if you look what's going on in the world today, kids get away with things you never would have gotten away with. And when you have a problem these days, you ask Siri. I had a problem back in the day. I asked Mommy, what do you think? She said, sit down and have something to eat. You'll feel better. And everybody was happy.
Right. I agree.
And if there was nobody going to a high school and shooting a gun, you went to high school. If you got in a fight, you fought it out on the playground. You ended up becoming friends with the guy anyway.
Right.
So it's an old school. Spare the rod, spoil the child needs to be in play. My mother used to beat the crap out of us. Even if you thought you were going to do something wrong, you got your butt kicked.
I know. It's amazing. I know. It's amazing. My kids are texting me, can my friend come over? I go, get over here. Are you kidding me? I want to kill them. Like, come talk to me. What kid?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I agree. So tell, you're on a big tour. You're in New Jersey. You have a big gig coming up this weekend.
This Saturday night, thank God, we sold out the 7 o'clock show over at the NJ Pack Center, which is a gigantic theater. I've always wanted to play here. And we added the 9:30 show. Now they say they got maybe 100 tickets left for the next 2 days, and we should go through that pretty quickly. And funny enough, Thursday and Friday night, the 2 nights before I take the stage, is Frankie Valli.
And Frankie Valli.
Bandmates are fans of mine. They called me this afternoon saying, hey, here's some tickets. Please come backstage, hang out with Frankie, meet everybody. And I'm like, are you kidding me? You guys are fans of mine? Do you realize who you are? Realize who you are?
Do you need a date?
Tell Frankie Valli I'll be there. Tell him not to park in my spot.
Oh my God! Oh my God! I saw Frankie Valli. He came here to Atlanta. Me and my mom was screaming, Frankie! I love that. I'm like thinking maybe you need a date. Like I could just fly up there. Oh my God! That's so fun. I love it. I love it. I saw Jersey Boys I saw him actually on Broadway, the original cast, and I saw it here in Atlanta. So, I mean, I just love that. I love the whole old school thing. Sal Valentinetti and all those guys up there. I love it. It's great. So, what actually made you want to be a comedian? And I think nothing's funnier than real life. So, especially growing up Italian. So that's my thought. But what made you want to kind of get up there and make people laugh?
Well, speaking real quick about Sal Valentinetti, he and I have done a lot of shows together. And I went on stage to open for the band, and these guys are probably going to ask me to open for Frankie. I mean, that's the next question. And it's funny enough, I'm going to actually have to say I have a conflict. I'm here tomorrow night, so I can't. But I never set out to be a comedian. I was an actor since I'm about 3-4 years old. I grew up doing TV commercials in New York City because I have blonde hair and blue eyes, and I know how to bite into a potato hamburger. And it wasn't until I was about 29 years old that I was at an open mic at a comedy club in New Jersey, and somebody on a dare said, you're an actor, why don't you get up there and see if you can do what they're doing? And I said, okay. And the prize, I think, was $50 and a drink. So I went on stage and I said, my mom this, my mom that, my mom this, and my mom that. And the guy goes, oh, you're a phenomenal comedian. I'm like, okay, give me the $50 and the drink.
Right.
And I never really thought anything of it. But then I get addicted to it. And I started going out every night searching out these open mics and seeing if I could be a comedian. And then I guess you're 10 years into it and you're making great money. And before you know it, you start getting roles as an actor because people see you performing as a comedian.
Right.
And I got my last 3 movie roles because I was doing stand-up, and somebody in the club said, you're great, I have a role for you in this movie. And it happened, quite honestly, now more than it ever does.
Right.
I mean, I'm booking movies that my agent don't even know about. And I'm looking at him like, well, what do you do?
I know.
What exactly is it that you do? You know, everybody has this romantic thought that the agent and the manager create your career. And I'm like, no, I created my career. I don't know what he does.
Right.
And you pay him for it too.
Right.
You know, you'd be surprised how many times I start going, excuse me, where in this paycheck is your name?
Oh, yeah.
And then I start going, maybe I should make America Italian again for real and stop kidding around.
No
You
kidding.
get what you deserve. You know what I say to people in my touring camp? Here's the way I work it. I'm having dinner at my house on Sunday at 2 o'clock, and I'm bringing the turkey. If you bring an appetizer and you bring the dessert, you can all sit at my table. But if you don't come with anything in your hand, don't come to my house.
There you go. I know. It's amazing. I know we were talking about this a little earlier because I was saying, you know, if everything was Italian again, you know, number one, you know, there would be a respect for authority, right?
Yes.
You never talk business outside the family, ever,
No.
right? Everybody's loyal, you know, and you got each other's back, and you know, and it would be happy. It would just be a better world. It's just like what you said on the, you know, if we had an Italian president, I think it'd be amazing.
Well, I tell everybody all the time, if I was the president, I wouldn't tweet. I don't want anybody knowing what I'm thinking.
Right? See?
Tweet. You think I want anybody knowing where I'm going or what I'm thinking? I don't tweet. Follow me? You don't follow me. I follow you. Get away from me.
Yeah.
You don't follow me.
Right?
And I'll start telling everybody with these cell phones, stop telling everybody where you are. That's why you're getting kidnapped. When I was a kid, I went out with my friends. I didn't want anybody knowing where I went.
Right?
I'm out. That's all you need to know. I went out. Where'd you go? It doesn't matter. I was out.
Yep. There you go. I love it. I love it. That's you know, it's so funny when I go home to Boston, Mike. Everybody has this bad flavor for like Facebook. They're like, ugh. All the Italians can't stand it. They're like, Facebook, what are you talking about? I don't want anyone knowing stuff. Don't put my kid on Facebook. People will see. It's very funny. I love it.
Yeah, well, we got the Italian Facebook. Faccia book.
Yeah. Find your book.
Faccia book.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. That is so funny. I love it. I love it. So when are you coming to Atlanta?
You know, I haven't played in Atlanta in a really, really long time, and I really would like to go back out there. I did a theater in Atlanta, I want to say like maybe 6 years ago, and that was at a time where I don't think I was selling the amount of tickets that I'm selling now, but I really would like to get back out there. One of the luckiest things about me is I have no color boundary. Everybody wants to come and see the show. I've done anything from extremely urban shows to straight up white people wearing suits and ties. And it's really fun that I get to do what I do. Everybody told me you wouldn't be good in Texas. I go to Texas, they go absolutely ballistic because, you know, I become a bit of an entity. They're like, wow, would you look at this guy? He's authentic.
Right. Well, that's, you know, you can't make stuff, you know, the stuff that you make up isn't funny. The real stuff, you know, being real is where it's at, and people buy that. People buy real. They don't want, you know, a facade. So
You're right on the money with that thought. Because when somebody does make up a joke, no one really takes the ride because they can't identify. But if you do something about, let's just say family in general, people identify because everybody has a parent and everybody's got some dysfunctional thing that went on in their life, and then they identify and they poke the person next to them and go, oh my God, he's describing me. Then that's when you hit the home runs because they believe. And they're like, wow, you know, I think like he thinks.
right. Absolutely. I agree. So how can people find you?
Well, I'm really hard to find. I'm in a witness protection program right now. I don't even know how you got this phone number. But no. Everything is on MikeMarino.net, which is my website. And all my social media is at Mike Marino Live. And Marino is spelled the Italian way, M-A-R-I-N-O. You know, in California, they spell me Moreno, M-O-R-E-N-O. I'm like, look, I got nothing against the Latino people. I like all kinds of tacos. In fact, I had a taco with a meatball in it just to see how nice I am. It was pretty good, too. A bit of a crunch. My mother would have killed me, but it was nice. But Mike Marino
Right.
YouTube. And if you go on YouTube, you can see the series that I created, the web series called Marino 2016, which was a joke on us running for president of the United States. And you'll see guys like Trump and Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci, and they're all impersonators, but they're so good. People thought I really was with them.
That's funny. That's great. I saw the Uncle Tommy skits too.
Well, I'm doing more and more Uncle Tommy because the guy was real. It was my uncle passed away many years ago, and he used to say the craziest things. And so I decided I would imitate him and bring him back to life through the eyes of some comedy, because everybody has an uncle like that, or a grandfather, or great-grandfather, who would say really funny things, and you miss that. I miss sitting in the corner going, hey, did you hear what Uncle Tommy said? He said, you know, my uncle used to go like this when he was done eating dinner. Where did your mother hide the chocolate? She always hides the chocolate. Where is it? You kids know where the chocolate is. I said, well, Uncle Tom, she hid the chocolate in the cabinet. And he goes, all right, go in the cabinet, grab your uncle a piece of chocolate, because once I have the chocolate, everything goes right through. Otherwise, I'm sitting in the bathroom for 2 hours counting the time. And that would scare the bejesus out of a little kid, because you wonder, what does he mean? Why is he counting tiles? What does he mean by that? Then you get older and you're like, well, he was constipated and he was looking for chocolate. And then, you know, it's hilarious because that's real. And so many people would say, yeah. I remember one time when we were kids, we gave him the chocolate, but we didn't know it was the X-Lex chocolate thing. So we were looking at him like, you know, here's the chocolate. When he goes, well, why don't you kids have some chocolate too? And then if you ate this chocolate, you remember it tasted really, really bad. And we're like, man, this is the worst chocolate I ever had. Then the next day, your mother's calling Uncle Tommy going, what did you do to my children? They're crapping all over the house. What did you give my children?
That's hilarious. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And it's so true. Oh my gosh. Everybody has, you know, funny uncles. You know that. Well, at least the Italians do. I mean, the Italian. I had my Uncle Vinny was so. Oh my gosh, he was hilarious. We called him Inzy. They just said crazy stuff. So, but anyway, I am so thrilled that you called in today. You know, call back anytime. And if you're in Atlanta, please come be in the studio with me and let me know what's going on, and we'll make sure that the world knows. So.
Vice versa, you ever want to come on my little podcast that I'm doing live from my mother's basement, that would have a lot of fun.
I will definitely, you know I love that, totally. We totally talk about being Italian, so I love it. So listen, good luck with Frankie Valli and your gigs going on and making America Italian again, and know that you have this supporter over here, because I think America should be Italian again.
All right, thank you.
All right, take care, have a great day. Ciao, babe, bye. All right. Oh my gosh, he's so funny. I love it. All right, so we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, Living Atlanta, this song goes out to my Boston birthday peeps, Virgil, the Verge. He's playing in Fort Lauderdale. Happy birthday, Verge. Lucille Giganti and Janice Perez Tomato. Happy birthday. Love ya. Oh, yeah. He's funny.
Yeah, he's fun.
Ken says hi.
Ken, is that Dr. Ken Anderson?
Yes.
Hi, Dr. Ken. Hi, Mary. And another Kenny. Okay. Okay. Alrighty. Good. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Alright, now we're gonna go Living Atlanta. You have any fun stuff going on? Did you find anything?
I saw a lot of political stuff.
I don't want any politics. No politics in this show.
Good.
No, I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't care. It's all stupid and it's all a lie. We only do the truth here.
That's right. Regardless of the affiliation, it's a lie.
And if you can't handle the truth, don't tune in. Oh my God, you can't handle it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm angry. That's why I do boxing. I go, I'm angry. I'm
There
just
you
kidding.
go. Making America angry again.
That's right.
No, we're always angry.
You know, everybody's angry.
Always.
Everybody's mad.
You gotta just tune off. You just turn off.
Well, you know.
Don't listen. Put on some music. Come on, people.
Well, no, everybody's mad.
Everybody's
I mean,
mad.
why? Okay, if you're mad, you've lost.
Yeah.
That's it. And, whatever. Just be done. And you know what? And it has power over you.
Oh, it
You're
does.
the victim.
Yep.
You're in the victim mode, the poor me syndrome, PMS, victim mentality.
Yeah.
I hate that victim mentality because you're like a wimp. No backbone. Get a backbone.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's so
Is that about as political as you get?
That's it. Get a backbone. And everybody's lying in Congress. They're just
Everyone.
lies.
Regardless.
And, anyone has something to say about Trump and girls and whatever the hell, they're all doing it too. They're just not saying it. Everybody's doing the same baloney. Sorry. They all did it all. Who cares? It's
You're
so
exactly
boring.
right.
I mean, whatever. They're just not saying it. He's just saying what everybody's thinking.
Yes. That's right.
And I'm not saying he's right. I'm not saying what he's thinking is whatever. I'm not taking a side.
Yeah.
But he's just saying what everybody's thinking.
That's right.
So, if you don't want anyone to know, don't tweet.
And I always worry where he is when he tweets.
It's probably in the bathroom.
That's what I was going to say. Some of your best thinking
Going
comes
caca.
on
I
the
can
job.
say that. Up. Are we off? Okay. Wow.
We're back.
We're back. All righty. Jeepers. That was a... Okay.
That's the short version.
That was the short version. Okay. Oh, well, sorry about that. All right, kids. You wanted to know where to go this weekend, and you've been waiting for Living Atlanta. Don't believe it, just watch. All right. Woo! I'm so happy to be here today. Oh my gosh, this is going to be a great weekend. It's awesome. All right, but before you go out, and I have to say this to you people because, you need your mom. Drink responsibly, drive responsibly. Take Uber, take Lyft, call a cab, call a friend. Do not drink and drive. Leave your car at the valet and take a cab home. And they'll get you, it'll be okay. So your car will be just fine the next day.
Spend $50 or you can spend $10,000.
Yeah,
You
there
picked
you
it.
go. There you go. So just please don't drink and drive. It's so much easier to take Uber. I'll be taking Uber tonight. Yes. So where are you going to go this weekend? What are you doing?
Well, I've got a low-key weekend, one more low-key weekend. I got a lot of stuff I got to take care
Right.
of. But then the following weekend, my band, we're playing at Smith's, and we're playing at Vinyl for the 500 Songs for Kids. Great cause.
Oh, nice.
And then the following
I think
weekend,
you told me about that.
Yes, and then the following weekend, I'm playing at the Lemonade Days in Dunwoody, Georgia. It's a free festival.
Oh, that's what you told me about.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So
Okay.
it's gonna be fun.
All right, so that's in 2 weekends.
Correct.
Because next weekend I'm in Boston.
Okay.
So maybe, and then we'll come to, we'll come to that one. You're the one in Dunwoody.
Yes,
So
April
that'll be
21st.
fun. That'll be fun.
Cool.
Okay, so, this is what I'm doing. I am going to be at Hal's tonight.
Nice.
I haven't been to Hal's in probably 6 months, so I'm going to Hal.
They've missed you.
I know. I feel. You know what? It's just that I've been traveling.
Yeah.
And and then when I come home, I always like, well, I can't really. I'm trying not to drink and go out. You know what I mean? Because it's just too much. Like I like to, just take a little chill pill. So I haven't gone. So I'm going to go tonight. I may even take my tambourine.
Ooh.
I don't know. I'm in that mood. Yeah. So, but I have my mom hat on this week unless my son goes out. What?
Is it a green tambourine?
No, well, it's it's the one that'll put a personal sized pizza on my leg if I hit it hard enough. So that I've had that happen.
Yeah.
I had the black and blue the
Yeah.
size of a pizza. Anyway, so you know what? I have my son this weekend, so I'm not really sure in terms of like if he goes to a sleepover, then I might go out Friday night.
Yeah.
But Saturday night, okay, I'm going to reverse that. I have a lot of work to do. So I'm going to be writing a lot this weekend. So a lot of writing because I have 2 talks coming up next week. But in between. But Saturday night, this is what I'm doing. My mom and I and the kids are going to see Deb Bowman in The Little Mermaid at Serenbe.
Nice.
So I'm very excited about that.
Yeah.
So Deb's, we're going to talk about Deb. So that's what she's doing. She's at Serenbe until April 22nd playing Ursula.
Okay.
So, and she's amazing. She's such an amazing actress, and her voice is unbelievable. So I'm very excited about that. So moving along, DJ Vanessa Hunley is at G's tonight doing musicology, and I think she's there every Thursday night doing, it's just themed karaoke, so that's what she's doing. Now, every weekday at Holman and Finch, that from 5 to 7, they have dollar oysters.
Yum.
I don't know if you like oysters. I don't, but somebody who does, there they are, just $1 each.
Giddy up.
Yeah, there you go. Now, there's always music every night at Dixie Tavern, City Winery, Venkman's. Now, Tuesday is Joe Granson free jazz jam on Tuesday nights. I am going to get there. I will get there.
Absolutely.
I haven't been there yet. I've been to Venkman's, but not to see Joe. And then also music is at Smithsville Bar, 37 Main, and Mad Life Stage and Studios. And Justin Phillips was just at Mad Life. They did a local band thing.
Yeah.
So did you see that?
No, I did not, but those are all great venues that you mentioned. Mad Life has got a great venue. If you haven't been...
I haven't been yet.
Oh, it's good. My band played there last year. Sweet. It's a
Oh,
really good
And I heard
place.
the food was good, too.
It's great. I mean, you get a world-class tavern food with a great venue for music. It's really...
Oh, good.
I recommend
All
it highly.
I know, it's just in
Yeah.
Woodstock. It's OTP.
What? Is it too?
Awesome venue, though.
It really, yeah,
I know.
yeah, it is.
I know, well, it's a long ride in Uber. So,
Yeah.
if somebody wants to drive me, I'll go. But no, I wanted to make this announcement because I saw this in the Atlanta Magazine. The Giving Kitchen Supper Club. And you can sign up for this, and what you could do is you can either have people in your home and they pledge towards the Giving Kitchen, and you have it like a party, and you entertain them. You can do either apps or dinner or, something like that. And and the Giving Kitchen supports people in the hospitality industry who a lot of times don't have insurance.
Yeah.
And if they're ill or they've fallen on hard times, the Giving Kitchen will help them. So this is a fundraiser for the Giving Kitchen, and I was actually thinking about doing this out of my house and putting it out there. So if I could get people to come in and pledge, I could probably do 15 people for dinner. And if I want to do, there's like $1,000 club, like I would want to raise $1,000.
Okay.
So I'm thinking about doing that, so anybody interested in me cooking for them and could pledge some money, let me know, and then I'll make it happen.
All right.
There's a K1 Speed now in Duluth where you can arrive and drive, adults and juniors, 48 inches and up, and it's the world's greatest indoor go-karting venue, and it's open all week, so that's super fun. Now tonight, it is, there's a free Sandy Springs networking event powered by Rockstar Connect, and that's from 6 to 8, and I believe that is at 5 Season Brewery. That's where it's at.
Very good. I saw the light bulb just go off.
Yes. It's Industry Night at Star Bar, and City Winery has Phil Vassar from 6 to 10 p.m. It's Lime Thursdays at Eclipse de Luna in Dunwoody, and that's like a Latino night. They can have Latin music and all of that. The food is awesome, yeah. The food is awesome. And it's Thursday night at the Regent Cocktail Club above American Cut in Buckhead, Atlanta. And your favorite tunes are being spun by Grace Lamour.
Oui.
Grace Lamour. and
With special guest Pepe Le Pew.
yeah, Pepe Le Pew is right. That's hilarious. Open mic jam at the Velvet Note. Did you ever do this? The Velvet Note in Alpharetta, they have an open mic jam on Thursday nights at 8 p.m.
Not been there. Yeah, I've done others, but yeah. Not
Yeah.
that one. Cool.
So you can bring your friends, great music, great food,
Yeah.
and drinks. You can take the stage or be part of the appreciative audience. And it's no reservations required.
Excellent.
Yeah, and they have food there and everything. Now, it's the Kings of Karaoke Thirsty Thursday at Wild Wings in Alpharetta.
You give me fever.
Yeah, I can go up there and sing Fever. I would love that. But it's, again, it's out there.
You're really not ITP material, are you? OTP, rather.
Well,
sorry.
no, you know what it is? If I'm going to drive, I cannot have any drinks at all.
Yeah.
And who can sing karaoke without a couple of cocktails?
True.
Because I sound better when I drink, and if everybody else is drinking, I sound better.
That's right.
So, yeah.
That's right.
So, no, you know what? I just don't want to drive.
Makes sense.
I don't want to drive and have a couple of cocktails.
Yeah.
And usually I'd like to have a couple cocktails.
Sure.
Wherever I go.
Absolutely.
I mean, if I put my foot down and say, no, I'm not going to drink, I can do that. It's not a big deal. But then, I wanted to join the party.
That's right. That's right.
So, yeah, so I like that. So now Friday is a free event at Venkman's. It's Beyonce, burgers, and beer. And it's from 5:30 to 7:30. So they must be playing all the music of Beyonce, and you can get burgers and beer.
Sounds like a
There
plan.
you go. Yeah.
Any Destiny's Child in there?
I love that.
Yeah.
Say my name when no one is around you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I say that I've said that before. Sing that song. The Red Light Cafe it's HT presents The Funny 2, and it's from 8 to 11. It's a comic showcase, right? So it's comedy. And City Winery is Wishbone Ash from 6 to 10 p.m. And it's more than 20 original studio recordings and several live albums to their credit. The group has appeared at Universal and Atlantic Records.
Yeah.
So, yay. You know them?
I
Wishbone
remember
Ash?
that from the 70s, right? Yeah.
Oh, really? What do they sing?
I couldn't tell you what they sing, but I know the name.
Because City Winery is an awesome venue for music.
Yeah, it is.
I love it. I saw the Daz Band there.
Really?
And Louis Prima Jr.
Fantastic.
In fact, let me tell you this, Louis Prima Jr., his saxophone player, Marco Palos, is going to be on my show.
Nice.
Yes, he's actually doing a bunch of he does Fat Cat Swinger, he has a band, and he does some work at Disneyland, and he's amazing. He's a very nice guy, and he's doing a bunch of positive stuff, too, on social media. So he's going to be on my show. We're working it out, whether he comes to Boston and broadcasts with me in Boston, or he calls in, so we're working that out. It's Friday Night Blues at Hobnob in Midtown, and Wild Cafe in Dunwoody. It's acoustic with Jump Cat from 7 to 10 p.m. Do you know them?
I've not heard of them.
Well, Mixed Tribe is at Jimmy's Tequila and Carney's on Peachtree Industrial, and they're from 9 to 2. And Aunt Betty is at 37 Main in Beaufort at 9 p.m. Thank God it's Friday at the Regent Cocktail Club, and the tunes are being spun by Joey Casanova. Yeah, and it's Havana Fridays at it's Ladies' Night at the Havana Club. Have you ever been there?
See.
Yeah, it's crazy. All right, so Saturday, we're just on Saturday. It's the 3rd annual Rhythm and Brews in Sandy Springs, Rhythm and Brews. It's at 2 p.m. It's a celebration of local bands and beer. Kick back and relax with frosty beverage while listening to a wide variety of music in a beautiful outdoor setting. So it must be on the green, the Heritage. So the Heritage Green in Sandy Springs, which is a lot of fun there.
And
People go there a lot.
It's festival season, so it's so much fun. This is it.
It's getting started.
Everybody going outside and having fun. And
I love that.
I do too.
I'm not a festival person, but I like being outside.
Yeah. Well, it's not so many people that you're claustrophobic. There's still enough space to roam around, but it's a good vibe. I love festivals. They're fun.
Yeah, being a music person, I would see that. I don't really like crowds. Like that crowded.
Yeah.
I have to sort of wrap my head around it and get ready. It's just too much chaos for me.
That's why you're in the VIP section.
Well, that's what I would do.
Exactly.
Just for that and really just for that
Yeah.
reason, I need, even if I go to Park Tavern, I've seen Yacht Rock there. I get the VIP ticket so I can be, sort of remove myself.
That's right.
And it's really just me. It's me because I'm just a little bit, there's a lot of energy flowing. And I get too much going on.
Yes.
But anyway, it's Sip and Drool at Meehan's Public House from 1 to 4, and it's in Atlanta, and so this is funny because you can bring your dog, and it includes dog treats, 1 per ticket, and light appetizers. Now, the appetizers for the dog and for the people, we don't know, but you can call. But all of this is on Facebook, people, and you can find it in the Living Atlanta page on Facebook, and also you can just Google it, and there's all this information, but I want to tell you what's going on here. So Dunwoody Tavern is having an Oyster Fest from 2 to 6, plenty of Sweetwater beer and giveaways. Mad Life Stage and Studios, this is on Saturday, it's Metallica Tribute with the 4 Horsemen. Do you know them? Because that sounds like your band.
Well,
you're just horse.
Yeah, we're just horse.
You have 4, are there 4 of you?
We're 4 of us, but we're not 4 horsemen. We're
That's
just
horse.
Horse, yeah. Don't know why. We were coming up with the name. It sounded funny. We laughed. When a band name makes us laugh the most, that's what we go with.
Right.
Yeah, it's all
Absolutely.
about the humor. There's no depth. Don't read into it. It's just horse.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, at the Regent Club on Saturday night, we're back to Grace L'Amour.
Oh, we.
Yeah, so that's
Trivia.
at 9 p.m. Yeah, that's it. At 37 Main, it's Nashville country music recording artist Andy Velo,
Okay.
with Broken Whiskey Glass. Very interesting names here, from 8 to 1. And Justin Borgman is at Wild Wings in Dunwoody. Is that this? Where is that? Oh, that's Saturday?
Is it Saturday?
Yay! He's awesome.
I may have to go up there on
No,
Saturday.
he's great. I might
Yeah.
have to go there too.
Yep.
Oh, no, I can't. I'm going to Serenbe. All right, maybe later.
There's not enough you.
No, I can't. I can't go everywhere. Oh, Justin's great.
Yeah.
He's awesome. Sunday, Vakeman's is having a bottomless mimosa brunch with Shaka Jazz Trio featuring Chapman and Waters from 12:30 to 2:30. It's a party on the green at the Optimist in Atlanta. And it's for golf aficionados. You can do a little putt-putt, and they're going to have food, specialty drinks, and the Masters tournament projected on the big screen. And it's $38 per person. Johnny's Hideaway has Home Bra, BRUH.
Oh.
Yeah, and that's a $5 cover, and that's at 8:30. That is, one other thing. Saturday Night Comedy Festival it's an open mic competition at the Punchline. I can get this out, I promise. And it's from 9 to 10:45, so it's open mic competition there. Now, coming up Tuesday on the 10th, I will be at Westminster speaking to the parents there, and I'm heading to Boston on Wednesday for my Regis College talk, and I'll be broadcasting from Regis College next Thursday, so I will be remote. Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
I like it.
So we'll see how that goes. We'll see when all the technical stuff works. It'll all work out, right? So
It's going to
that's
go
it.
flawless.
Yeah, what do you got going on? Anything next week?
Next week, I got everything going on, and I got nothing going on.
Yay.
Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff.
Well, I'm very excited because my my website, my new updated website is live, and all the stuff that I have going on is up there. It's juststeph.com, and you can see the events that I have going on. You can also look into having me come speak to your company for a lunch and learn. We can talk about all the positive stuff and I believe that by changing your mind, you change your world, and you can be productive in work. And I will customize a talk for your company. Come out there, do a lunch and learn. I can do a Ruby Slipper workshop for your group. And there's all of that information is on my website. You can contact me if you have any questions. Contact me on my website or steph@juststeph.com. And there's all my information there. I'm on Facebook, Just Steph. I'm on Twitter @Steph Palermo and YouTube. I have my channel there, Steph Palermo. Instagram, Just Steph1. I'm on Snapchat, but I don't really use it because I just Snapchat with my nieces. That's it.
Well, technically you're on Snapchat, but it's more
I
of an
am.
interpersonal thing.
Yeah. So that's what I got going on there.
Okay.
So we get a lot of fun stuff happening.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and of course, if you want to advertise here with Just Steph, just get in touch with us.
Yes.
It's Bill Pope @juststeph.com.
That's correct.
That's right.
Yep.
And you'll handle all that.
I will.
Yeah, and if you'd like to, promote your stuff, we can do that too,
Well, I
right?
appreciate that, but we're here to promote you and then take you to the next level.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's right, but I meant if they want to promote their stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
Out
Yeah,
there.
you know what I'm saying. Yes.
Yeah.
She knows every. Yeah. There you go.
So,
How's that? How's
Yeah,
that
that's-
for smooth?
there you go. So yeah, there's lots of stuff happening with Just Steph.
Yeah.
I'm excited. There's so much going on.
Yeah.
It's great. It's all working out. It's all good. So remember, you can feel groovy every day by watching Just Steph.
That's right.
Right? Oh, you know what? I wanted to tell you, and we're talking about this. Monday, I'm putting out there on social media, we're going to do a challenge on Monday. And it's going to be feeling groovy. And so what you're going to do is I'm going to post my picture of me feeling groovy on Monday. And you're going to take pictures, and you're going to tag me in it, and you're going to do #feelinggroovy. So whatever you're doing out there on Monday, you're going to show me how you're feeling groovy too.
Yes.
So that'll be fun, right?
Absolutely.
So, yeah. What do you can send a picture of
You darn too, no,
Yeah.
absolutely.
There you go.
From my groovy spot, wherever that may be.
Yeah. Could be.
It could be anywhere.
Yeah. I'm going to be nice.
Yes, please.
Yeah. All right, kids, I think that wraps it up. We'll see you next week from Boston, right? All right, know I love you all. Wishing you love, balance, and peace. Ciao, ciao, baby. Love you. Okay.
Thanks for tuning in
Oh.
and getting real with me.
All right, kids. Who's? Oh, hey, Trisha.
Catch me on all social media. Facebook, Just Steph.
Hey, Sandra.
Steph.
Hi, Stan.
Instagram, Just Steph 1.
Yep.
Check out my website, juststeph.com.
Yeah.